I wanted to be a vet because I absolutely love animals, but then I realised that I'm afraid of blood, so that was completely out of the question. And I think I also wanted to be like a dancer as well, like Beyonce's backup dancer or something like that. That was the dream.
So when I was about between the ages of like 4 and 10, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. That was the only thing I wanted to do. And then when I got a bit older, I was really into fashion. So I wanted to do fashion design from being about 10 till I was about 19, 20. And then I just realised that wasn't the creative outlet that I wanted. Like, I really wanted a creative outlet, but I needed something different. So I ended up just kind of deciding I didn't really know what I wanted to be, and that was all right.
So obviously, like, doing my degree in public relations and marketing, I did like loads of different roles in marketing and PR, and kind of must have had 4 different roles, a couple of full-time ones, some internships, and kind of just had the mindset of try everything and by elimination work out kind of what you enjoy and what you don't. And I think I got to the end of my degree and did really well in it, but it just didn't feel right.
So my first role was when I was 18, and I got a job at a local football stadium and hotel, and I worked in event organisation, event management. So I did pretty much any role you can think of in hospitality, I've done it. So I did that, and that was kind of where I realised how much I kind of just crave organisation. And that again kind of fed into my next role, because that was something that I couldn't replicate. Like, I just wanted to keep kind of conquering whatever kind of organisationally that I wanted to do. I wanted to keep going with that.
So a friend recommended Doris, and my friend does a lot of social media campaign and stuff, so when she was doing it, obviously at first never really considered tech, but when my friend suggested it and I know how smart and creative she is, I thought, oh well, maybe I'll like it. So I applied for Doris and looked at the roles they were doing, and just sort of being able to combine creativity with business and tech, that really appealed to me. It completely sort of destroyed all the stereotypes that I'd had about technology. It's constantly on the move and constantly changing. It's not a dull industry to work in at all. So
I think tech just felt like a natural fit to me because I just crave structure, and tech, as much as it is kind of a creative forum as well, it also, things have rules and parameters, and you kind of have set things that you do, but at the same time you can innovate it all. So it's always moving, it's always changing. So rather than just being, you know, for example, doing what I used to do is like, you have 8 weddings a year that will all be pretty much the same. You have the variation of like, well, this technology is going to be invented and that needs to be implemented, and that can just massively innovate the way this business works in really tangible ways that you just couldn't imagine otherwise.
So I'm currently working for Co-op in their food IT department, so working on the retail business transformation program. But it's basically doing business-led kind of IT solutions to improving like customer employee experience like across Co-op food, which weirdly circled back round, and actually I did my dissertation on customer experience in the grocery retail sector, so without even knowing that that's what the program I'd be working on, like everything I do from like day to day, it's like understanding the IT side to my more business focused dissertation, and like it is really interesting making those links.
So my first IT role was from Doris, being on assignment at Co-op Food as part of the architecture team on the retail business transformation program, which is still currently running. So that was as architecture team support, and that was for almost exactly a year. And I've just moved into my next tech role now. I've been promoted, so I now work on the central architecture team within Co-op. I'm a junior architecture analyst.
So this, what I'm currently doing now is my first tech role that I've actually started. I started in January. Through Doris IT, they placed me on assignment at the Co-op. I've been working for Co-op Electrical, and my role is content coordinator. So I do a lot of content for the website, a lot of designing, a lot of promotions, running the promotions, making sure that the website is looking good, it's up to date, using content management systems to get everything working, and I'm really enjoying it because it's not really what I thought a tech role technically would be.
think the moving parts, because a lot of what my role is at the moment is architecture, technology, governance. So I get to see projects throughout the entire co-op, regardless of what area it is, you know, be it funeral care or retail. And I get to see all of the innovations kind of on the ground floor. So I get to see the very first iterations of all the different kind of technology that's going to come through, and then get to see that get implemented and it fully go through the process.
So the best bits for me is actually designing something, whether it's a digital asset or an image that's going on the website, and actually seeing it then live on the website, like putting it online live, and knowing that that's being viewed by like hundreds of, like thousands of viewers every day, and I think that's really satisfying, considering it is my first tech role to work for a company as big as the Co-op, and know that how many million members they've got will see the work that I've put in. That's probably the most satisfying part.
Yeah, I think just being really open-minded and like don't finish uni and think this is what I want to do, because if you do that, then when else are you going to ever explore in your life? Because you'll just get stuck in something and you have no idea if you even are good. You could be absolutely amazing and find your natural talent, and it's not ever something you'd learn at school. So, you know, at school I didn't even have an option to do a business A-level, let alone anything that dives into, I mean, the amount of different job roles in Co-op. You meet people and you hear the job role I didn't even know existed, and it's like, don't put yourself on that path when you have absolutely no idea of anything else around you.
So it would be to kind of be brave, be fearless, and to just go into it, because there are avenues in, regardless of what you think, you know, you have to have already met, what targets you have to have done, you know, degrees, whatever. You can still get into there as long as you have that drive, as long as you want to.
So my advice would be to not think that you have to conquer all of technology in order to get in. You kind of just have to find what you like, do some online courses, and step by step, don't think I have to know everything all at once. Go for it really, like keep asking questions, and remember that no one knows everything, and that's what I was really scared about when I started, that everyone's going to know everything about technology and no one knows everything, so you just got to keep learning really.
I think more diversity is the biggest one, because generally in my role I'm one of very few women and very few young people on my teams. Everybody's very experienced and very kind of the same demographic, and we are moving towards having that diversity, and just having that in the room, generally you can see the tangible outcomes of it, the benefits of it. Even just having a voice in there that's not saying the same thing as everybody else, that just helps so much.
So for me, I'd like to see it be a bit more transparent, like in order to get more people into the industry, including females. I think that the roles and the qualifications and the sort of criteria needs to be more open and transparent, and what you actually need to have in order to do the jobs, because one of my top bosses asked me on the day, do you have this experience, do you have this experience, and I said no, I don't have any of that, but my boss still gave me the job and I can do it very well. So I think there needs to be more chances given, more opportunities, and a more transparent sort of journey, like rather than this big bubble that no one can enter unless you've been there before. And that will definitely help encourage a more diverse crowd of people to come to technology.
Obviously working with lots of contractors on my programme, and literally the only young people on the programme are Doris's, and it's like, there must be more ways of like bridging that gap, and like trying to explain to them kind of what Doris is, and they just go, oh, so it's just like a contractor for young people. And I was like, but it's so much more than that. And I think trying to let people understand, and like they're so stuck in their ways. And you know, I sometimes meet people and they're like, oh, so you're like a PA, and I'm like, no, like I want to pursue a career in like IT. And it's so hard trying to make people understand that you can be young and a girl and work in IT.